Hey viewers, welcome to Vedic Astrology once again. I'm Vanitha Naika, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about part 4 on the Rahu Ketu transit series that I have started. And I've already made 3 parts wherein I have mentioned about the Nakshatra and Navamsha transits. And I have also shared Rahu's ingress in 12 signs, a reading in Pisces, and Ketu in Virgo 12 sign readings. So if you really want to know what is Rahu in Pisces and Ketu in Virgo, please refer to the previous videos and the nakshatras when they are ingressing. So how are they going to be impacting all the 27 nakshatra born people? So you cannot just confine yourself in this transit, just to one thing, because there are many aspects that we have to cover. Now, when I'm talking about this transit, this video, there is a controversial aspect to this because we don't consider the aspects, most of them, and being a student of Dr. Ken Rao, he also doesn't. But in the classic texts, it is definitely mentioned. If Rahu and Ketu exalt and debilitate, so definitely there are certain aspects. As per the Uttara Kala Amrit, you can just refer. The aspects mentioned in that text is 5, 9, and 12. These houses get impacted whenever Rahu Ketu are transiting. In some texts, it's mentioned 5, 7, 9. In some, it is 5, 9 only. So these references are straight away from the classic texts. So today I'm going to be covering 5, 9, and 12 signs or houses, like from there, what all signs are going to get impacted when Rahu is ingressing in Pisces and when Ketu is ingressing in Virgo. So two separate, in this part only, 2 separate sections will be covered. So for Aries natives, suppose Rahu is going to be transiting through the Pisces sign. It is going to be impacting the Scorpio sign and Cancer sign and Aquarius sign, because that's the 12th from there. When we talk about Ketu's ingress in Virgo sign, it is going to be impacting Leo sign and Capricorn sign and Taurus signs. So you all have these signs in your horoscope. So I will be explaining you through what are the good and the bad parts about this transit also. It's not possible that all the transit videos will be sugar-coated and will give only good results. You must remember, all the planets have their say. They all, in fact, the best of the planetary positions in the sky also give some blemish. Jupiter alone is the most benefic planet, Venus too. But they do have their discrepancies, whenever they are in certain places. They do have their, shortfalls. So we should not consider or confine ourselves to only the good part about the transits. They are not the event creators. One must remember, Dasha and transit are mere tools to tell you when the event will take place. So if you are committed, if you're born, if it is there in your year, it will happen. Okay. And when will it happen? If it is a conducive Dasha, it will definitely happen when the celestial delivery man, that is the transit, is going to also trigger that particular zone. So marriage will take place when Rahu and Ketu Dasha are also forming a connection with your Rahu and Ketu in the transit. So stay tuned. Lots in this video about the aspects. So do remember the exaltation and debilitation I'll be sharing in a bit. Okay. And as you know, these are all live sessions I do, and I hope you can get the screen here. So please wait up. I will be starting from Aries to go to all the signs one by one. Please be patient. These are live sessions. And 1 second, I think the screen did not share. Okay. So for understanding this, I'm going to be sharing with you first the aspect. So you can skip to your sign-wise prediction later. And before that, I will be sharing with you the aspects. Okay. So here. So when Rahu is in the sign Pisces, it is going to be impacting these signs. And it is going to be aspecting here also. Okay. And how about Ketu? Okay. So when we talk about Ketu, Ketu is going to be impacting this, and this. Okay. So it means that, it's going to be giving you the results, not just the sign they are going to be transiting. It's also about the aspects. See, you must understand that Rahu and Ketu, as per Uttrakala Amrit, exaltation of Rahu is Taurus. Okay. And its own sign is Aquarius. Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra also says Taurus and Aquarius. In Mool Trikona sign is Gemini for Rahu. And enemies signs are Cancer and Leo. Friendly signs are Libra and Capricorn. Neutrals are Aries and Sagittarius. So right opposite signs would be applicable for Ketu. So exaltation becomes Scorpio, own sign becomes the opposite Leo, though it is not considered to be that friendly sign, but still. Mool Trikona becomes the Sagittarius sign for Ketu. And enemies would be Cancer and Leo only. And friendly signs would be Mars's signs, that is Aries, and then Cancer also is considered to be friendly for Ketu. Okay, so these are now, there is a controversial thing, here, because in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, even Virgo is said to be its own sign for Rahu. Okay, and the Mool Trikona sign is also considered to be Cancer and not Gemini. Okay, as per the Chaukamba version. Okay. And we must also consider that the aspectual parts is very important to see, because it is going to be impacting somewhere or the other everybody. Because even if we don't follow it, that they are the Chayagras, then they should not be given the exaltation in the classic text. Why I'm mentioning all this? Because in the classic text, when it's mentioned, the debilitation and exaltation in the classic text, and also in the classic text it's mentioned the aspectual part also, it's mentioned, as I just now said, as per Uttrakala Amrit, it is mentioned 5, 9, 12, and Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra also consider 5, 7 also. Okay. So to ward off the evil impact of Rahu, we should worship Goddess Durga. And some people say that, we must also worship Lord Shiva or Bhairava. That is, Bhairav is in the Lal Kitab, it's mentioned. And fasting on Saturdays is also mentioned. Okay. So this is what, is very important to see when we are looking at the aspects. So now I have mentioned how Rahu is going to be impacting you all when it is transiting the Pisces sign and Ketu in the Virgo sign. Please refer to that video, I repeat. And once we are talking about this, we are going to be covering 3 signs here. That is Cancer, wherever your Cancer, Scorpio, and Aquarius is, and wherever your Capricorn, Taurus, and Leo signs are. Okay. So starting with Aries people first. Okay. How is this transit of Rahu and Ketu going to be giving you the result related to the aspects? So Rahu is going to be impacting your 4th house also, which means that it is going to be giving some attempts that you'll be making for your family growth. You will be in sync with the current trends of society. Maybe you will be bringing some new gadgets, you're renovating your place, you're going to be looking at the best of the technology you'll be introducing, remote control these days, everything is. So you'll be bringing in all of that with this Rahu, because Rahu is the trendsetter, remember. So Rahu is going to be giving you some social and cultural activities at the home front, maybe some buying of property, selling of property, property related matters will get resolved also, if you do read everything well. Also, there is a possibility of a vehicle purchase. You might just change your vehicle, or they can be that you are just, buying a new one. And from the ancestors, maybe you will get some good news, or they might just be ancestral property also can come through. It is also going to be aspecting your 8th house. It is going to be definitely the trinal houses. It is going to be impacting. So 8th house will bring about gains from the corporate and joint ventures. Disputes over legacies, inheritance will be settled. And occult activities, suppose you are into healing, astrology, tarot, etc. So this is a very good time for you, but you should be helpful. If you can do something for others, this is a very good time for you, okay? And this is also going to be impacting your 11th house, because Rahu is ever retrograde. It's in certain texts, it's mentioned that it gives the impact of the previous sign also. So it is going to be making you get involved in some new friendships, groups, and maybe you will be into innovation, some technology, or you're going to be very much involved in the public affairs. Maybe if you're into politics, etc., it's a good transit for you because Saturn is also there. You'll be very strict in your relationships also with people, and you're maybe you'll be criticized as being an opportunist during this time. But this is the best time to reap the crop of public favor in your own benefit. This is definitely going to be giving you some display of generosity and brotherhood with your friends, with your people around you. But there are certain ulterior motives. People say that whenever Rahu is actually, impacting any sign. So this is going to be a very good moment for, taking the advantage, or, using your relationships for your own benefit. This is definitely going to be helping you. I would say it's a positive thing for you. Now, coming to the Ketu part, how is Ketu going to be impacting this transit of Ketu in the Virgo sign? Now, Ketu is going to be impacting your 2nd house. Now, Ketu, as you know, contracts, it depletes the things. So Ketu in the 2nd house might just bring about some financial losses, penalties, tax burdens. So you should just clear your tax from time to time rather than just keeping it pending. You might receive some gifts, some legacy, and to increase your possessions, you might have to cut down on your expenditures. It's good if you are having unnecessary expenditures. Why go ahead with it? It's not considered to be that wise to unnecessarily, waste your money here and there. So you might just be having some kind of inclination to save, or you will be pushed to save some money. And then Ketu is also going to be impacting your 10th house affairs. So 10th house means that you will be actually having a little bit, problem or less inclination to work, and, you're going to be having some tough time to maintain your honor, your prestige, and your position. And, they can be that you were expecting growth, and then that doesn't happen. There is also a possibility that you are going to be compromising on certain situations. You will try to shun away the responsibilities or shove away from the responsibilities and give it on to somebody else. That is also something that can be happening with Ketu in your aspecting your 10th house zone. Also, I have seen, people when have this Ketu aspect on the 10th, there is a lot of difficulty in completing even the smallest of the tasks. You get into the depth and the detail of everything, but you're not able to get the result. People will not be appreciating you. Okay, that might just bring about some issues and irritability also. Also, Ketu is going to be impacting your 5th house from the 12th aspect, because it's ever retrograde, as you know. So this might bring about complication in pregnancy or delivery, or there can be, some complications with your children also. Children might just move away from you because Rahu is in the 12th house also. They might just be leaving the country and going for higher studies, could be. And also there will be a very strict you who will be, you know, involved in the relationship in a traditional manner, because Ketu is traditional. Rahu is super, modern, but Ketu, that's why Rahu is the trendsetter, as I said. But Ketu is ever, primitive and traditional. So this might just bring about, you know, some kind of traditional values you will stick to when you are having an affair or a romance. You know, you want to, maybe you don't want to break away from that. Even the sexual activities you will not get involved in. Maybe, you know, you will say that only later after getting married or things like that. That also happens, depending on person to person, of course. But of course, you will be involved in social activities, in social romances, but you connections, but it will be very, very primitive and traditional way of doing that. Okay. Now, coming to the, so I've covered the Aries. Now let's go on to the Taurus. All right. Let me just put up the, okay. So for Taurus, you see, for Taurus, this is going to be the 12th house. Oh, sorry. I did something wrong. Yeah. Sorry. It's Virgo. So we have to see where are the signs. Okay, for Virgo, this is the sign it's going to be impacting. Then it is going to be impacting this one, and it is going to be impacting this one. Okay. So for Rahu, as far as Rahu is concerned, let me change the color. Now for Rahu, it is going to be impacting this one, and this one. Okay. So that's what. I think I'll waste much time on this. So what about reading for Taurus? All right. Now for Taurus, Rahu is going to be impacting your 3rd house. And that's where, you know, the increase of travels will be there. You know, you will be having a lot of extensive communication, travels, gains from siblings, cousins, friends, neighbors. You will be connecting, and there will be less interest in the spiritual matters. You will be more inclined to unconventional learning, and pursuits would be towards some other religion out of your own culture. And this will also bring about some kind of increase in educational matters. Your intellect will definitely be towards the modern sciences and modern techniques you will be opting for. You will be communicating in a very different manner now. It'll be like completely different than what you have been doing till now. Then Rahu is going to be impacting your 7th house, because it is looking at your 7th house. See, the water signs are getting active, must remember. All the elements would be the same. That's why the trinal aspects we should always see, because any planet, wherever it is going to impact the trines any which ways, because these elements are the same. So in the 7th house thing, you know, you will try to gain over your enemies through diplomacy, opposite gender, opposite or your partner or your spouse. You will be very cooperative. You will be getting connected with your partner now, and you will get in that, the endeavors would be towards resolving the issues now. You want to just end up all the fights or anything that you have been going through. You just want to put an end to all the negatives, and you want to use or direct your attention towards positivity. Okay. Now, Rahu is giving very good results because it's also going to be looking at the 10th house here. So 10th house Rahu, you will achieve honors, credits, position due to your hard work. You're going to be spending a lot of time at the workplace now. and you will be aligning everything, towards gaining the opportunity, the moment that you've been waiting for. And application of modern techniques now, your professional advancement is based on that. Don't be too primitive. Change your perspective, change the way of your working, change the way of doing things now, and maybe modernize yourself. Maybe you're opting for too much of primitive things. Now you have to break that norm and go ahead with the positive energy, and you will be definitely growing there. But there can be that you will be called an opportunist. People will not understand you. You're doing the right thing, you're on the right track, but sometimes Rahu is a very illusionary planet, so people might just think that, oh, this guy is a very big opportunist. So don't feel bad about it if people look at somebody or they just try to bring that person down. Remember, you have to just not react, keep calm. I also realize the same thing, that there are people who are trolling, but there's no point. There's no point when you know what you're doing. Your inside you knows. So just go ahead with it. Keep doing your job. Don't worry about the trollers or the people who are not appreciating you. Just do your thing. Ketu is going to be looking at your first house. Okay. Ketu will be looking at your first house, and Ketu will be also be looking at your fifth and the ninth. See, when it is looking at the first house, you're going to be having some kind of confusion in whatever you're doing. There can be that you're involved too much in your own self, isolating yourself, maybe because of work, because of too much of discouragement here and there. At times you feel that you want to isolate yourself, right? But this might bring about the new you. You will definitely become very much, you can have mood swings, you can have anxiety, mental, physical health might suffer. But at the same time, you will get a lot of clarity by the end of the, maybe Ketu's ingress after this Chitra transit finishes. You will get a lot of clarity. What do you want to do? Where you want to go? But you have to be cautious about your health, about your perspective, and about your relationship also. Then Ketu is going to be also impacting your fourth house. Even if you don't take aspects, don't forget the word aspect. It's impacting your fourth house. So when Ketu looks creating, Ketu actually cuts, Ketu breaks. So what happens, there can be a lot of disagreements amongst you and your family members. You might be having conservative thought process and ideas. People are not liking it. People want you to flow with the flow and not just pull everybody back also. So Ketu will be maybe making you get detached with the family and family affairs. Get involved. That's what I can say. You will not have visitors at home. You will not feel like working. There can be real estate disputes that you have to sort out. And health can suffer of your elders. Okay. So you have to be a little extra careful. I have given all the dates in the previous and the first part also. Please refer to the videos for the dates. I cannot repeat everything. Nakshatra transit dates are there, mentioned clearly. Rahu Ketu's ingress also, in different months also I've mentioned. Please refer to the videos before commenting. Then there can be that you are having your own credibility at stake. People might not be able to understand you well. They will take you, or maybe they will misunderstand you. So that's something you have to be cautious about. Ketu is also going to be impacting your ninth house related affairs. So travels, journeys, that might become a little problematic one. You have to be cautious about that. Ninth house is going to be giving you some kind of foreign culture that you don't want to opt for, but you will be. You want to learn a language, maybe, you're going to be learning something which is not of your choice. This can also bring about troubles while traveling to the foreign countries and your relationship with the foreigners also. So all of that you have to be little prepared for and little cautious about as well. And this definitely is not going to be the same for everyone, depends on your personal chart also. So please don't take it to the heart that, everything is so very bad when we talk about Ketu. But when we talk about Rahu energy, it is going to be an expansive one. Ketu is a contractive energy. Okay. So this is what is going to be happening for the Taurus natives. And if it is not, that's why I use might happen, because it depends on your personal chart. Okay. And your Dasha. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. Now for Gemini natives, what's going to be happening? For you, one second. For you, Rahu is going to be impacting your 9th house. Rahu is going to be impacting your 2nd house. Sorry. Your 2nd house. Rahu is going to be impacting your 6th house also. And Ketu is going to be impacting your 2nd house, 12th house, 8th house, and your 3rd house. Okay. So if you can't understand this, it's just about the trinal aspects I'm considering and just the 11th house, 12th house from every Rahu Ketu's position. So from Rahu, 12th house is Aquarius, and from Ketu, 12th house is because it moves backwards. So this is what is going to be the Leo sign here. Okay. Now, Rahu is going to be looking at your 2nd house to start with. Okay. 2nd house is about family reunions. Okay. It might bring about a lot of benefits from legacy, gifts, inheritances, and it will make you, you will have a lot of ideas to deal with your financial positions. This is a very precarious time for the expenditure part. You might have some unexpected expenditures. And if you can't avoid certain things, just flow with the flow. This is the period when you will experience that, the family matters are not getting resolved because of other people's intervention. So take the help of the people whom you think are going to be really helpful to you. Okay. Because Rahu and Ketu are going to be impacting the signs which are, which have water elements. So you will be very emotionally attached to these areas, to your 2nd house affairs, 6th house affairs. Also, when it is about the 6th house, you will be getting some relief in your health or health issues, because it's looking there. Rahu is looking there. So what happens when we talk about the aspects? Please go ahead with the summary part first, because here the summary where I have mentioned why the aspects are so important, or the trinal things are very important. Why? Because Rahu and Ketu, if we are considering the exaltation, debilitation, so that is also equally important. So you will be working in a very suitable environment now. So you will be getting that kind of appreciation. You will be getting growth in your monetary matters, but expenditures are also going to be equally rising. And as far as your health is concerned, it is going to be giving you some increase in vitality also. Very sporty. You will become suddenly very health conscious. And it's definitely going to be giving you elevation in your health. Any health issues, if you have been experiencing, it will be resolved, or you'll be giving top priority to your health also. Okay. There can be some kind of promotion in the job. You will be adopting some modern techniques, something you will be up to date. You will be really, genuinely helping others also during this time at the workplace. But don't fall prey to the bickering part or the backbiting part. That can be aggravating or situation or making it negative. So those toxicity, you have to avoid at the workplace. Okay. Ketu is going to be looking, or we can say it's going to be in trine to your 12th house zone also. So Ketu 12th house zone means that you will be in isolation. You will prefer to spend more time in isolation. And this will give you a lot of meditative energies. You will be going in for some retreat, some rejuvenation activities, and spiritual practices. Maybe you will be opting for, some, going to the places where you feel that you want to isolate and just be at peace, wherever you feel that you are going to be at peace, you should do something related to your own growth. So when you're in isolation, it can also mean that you are unwell and you are hospitalized sometime, or you're going to be visiting hospital because of your own people in the hospital, or somebody is in the hospital you're going to be looking after. Because because it is also going to be impacting your 8th house, because it's in the trinal house, the earthy sign. So this might bring about in the 8th house joint finances, taxes, accounts, records. These need extra care, extreme care. And this might be a loss of inheritance and legacies also. Beware when you are going to an astrologer. Beware when you are giving an astrological guidance to somebody. This is the time when you have to be very cautious about your own choices. If you are into, occult sciences, it costs you. If we are giving readings to you people that as an astrologer, we have to give so much into one reading. It's not easy. Our lives definitely suffer somewhere or the other. So if you are an astrologer yourself, you must take care. Don't commit. Don't make false promises. Okay. Now it is going to be impacting your 3rd house also. So you can be a victim of mental anxiety, troubles, maybe with your neighbors, friends, your cousins, your brother, your sister. So your own, your own people, you can get troubled. Okay. And also when you're selling off the property, it might not fetch you that kind of price you're waiting for. Short journeys might be troublesome, cumbersome. And this can also bring about some kind of friction in communication with people. Okay. Or miscommunication or misunderstandings can be there. So be cautious. Be extra cautious. When there are certain things which are indicative, you must be careful. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. All right. So for Cancer natives, 1st, 5th, 8th houses, then also from Leo, when we see 2nd, 11, and 7 houses are going to be getting impacted. So as far as your 1st house, because Rahu is going to be in trine, so Rahu in the 1st house is going to be giving you some good looks. Maybe you will be getting that kind of honor, that prestige, that favors from wherever you are expecting. And this will be the best time to use the social trends. You will be very innovative. You will be thinking out of the box. Suddenly, your way of thinking is going to change when Rahu is in the Pisces sign. You will become very much involved in the computer age. Means you will be, if you have not been involved in that, so you will get involved in the gadgets, you will be very trendy, okay, because it's looking at your 1st house. Also, it is impacting your 5th house, okay, because for Cancer natives, it's the trinal houses which are getting impacted, as you can see, 4, 8, 12 signs, okay. So 8th sign is in your 5th house. So this will bring about, growth of your children. Maybe they will become very matured, sensible. Your connectivity with them will be totally different. Maybe, you will be now looking at from their perspective. So you are actually changing because it's the same, trine. So you will be a trendsetter, as I said. So you might just become very modern. Your approach becomes very modern and children like it. Children are shocked, oh, my mom or my dad, they are becoming very modern and they are understanding me. So that pace, you're on that pace now. You're on the same page now. And also you will have a romantic love life, which is going to trigger, and you're going to be having a lot of sexual activities also involved in this. You will be having interest in cinema, arts, drama, music, literature. You will be definitely getting involved in all of this. Social popularity will increase, and you might just gain from the sports activity. You will be a good astrologer also. During this time, your predictions will not fail. Also, if you see, it is the 8th house which is getting impacted also because Rahu is moving backwards, and it also impacts the previous sign. So Aquarius sign is your 8th house. So 8th house means that there can be some gains that you'll be having from the corporate and joint ventures. So this is good. So that means if you get involved with other people's money, so this is a good time. Or maybe, some kind of shares, trends, whichever market trends, you will be getting impacted positively because of that. But it doesn't mean that you go in for heavy investments and all. So just be moderate in that, but still it is positive and favorable for you. If at all you are having any kind of disputes right now, they will get resolved. Legacies, insurance, tax related problems, pension related issues, you will get out of it also. There can be some benefits that you can derive from the occult services, occult sciences also. Okay. Now, when we talk about Ketu, Ketu is going to be impacting your 2nd house, 11th house and 7th house. So it is about some kind of financial losses because Ketu is impacting your 2nd house. Okay, that is the, if in reverse we see, that's Leo sign. So what happens when we talk about the Leo sign here, it might bring about problems with the finances in your family, in your relationships. It might just be because, you have been spending a lot now. So people are opposing you. So there can be some friction amongst each other. Unnecessary friction can come up. You may receive gifts in, from the, gifts or legacy, but still it might give you some unnecessary buying also. You will gain on your financials, but you will be spending maybe all of it. Consumerism is going to increase. So you have to keep a check, constant check that if you're getting some money, if you really want to save it, fix it, or just, park your funds properly in a way there where, you can actually make money out of money later. Also, it is going to be impacting your 7th house affairs, which means that you have to be very cautious about how you deal with your relationships. It can bring about frictions or isolation with your partner. There can be too many competitors, enemies, obstacles in your path, and it might be that you will end those as well. Okay, you will end the enemies also. So you're getting that chance also. Okay. And this might bring about, this might make you very outgoing as well. You're going to be a trendsetter, as I said. Now, this is also going to be impacting your 11th house energies. Okay. So 11th house, because this is a Taurus sign and, the earthy signs are getting impacted here. So 11th house is going to be giving you some complications with friends or useless associations. Don't waste your time. You are investing a lot of time, but you will not get that kind of reciprocation from the other side. So you have to be very tough on the relationship aspect. No, I don't want to be with this person. Enough of this. I don't want to hear anything of that sort. So you have to be now coming out of that zone of gullible nature of yours. You will be getting too overburdened by the responsibilities. You're going to be getting too much of workload, maybe at the place of work. You feel quite isolated with the socializing, or maybe your friend circle. So you feel quite, isolated and feel lonely also at times. And this will also make you, choosy in your friendships, in your new friendships, or maybe, some ex comes into your life. Now you're going to be thinking about it. Now you're not going to be making a quick decision or a very, hasty decision on your friendship. No, I don't want to be with this person. So that is something you will be realizing, and your attitude is going to change. Okay. And you don't have to conserve or, confine yourself so much that any kind of good opportunity also you miss. I'm just forewarning you. If at all there is something like that coming your way, don't just, run away from that. Just deal with it. Maybe you have to, take advice and help of your people. At times we do need that help. So don't think that, taking the help of other people might just bring about some, it's going to be a favor that I'm taking. But no, you have to take the help of others. So this is what is going to be giving you that kind of situation also from time to time. All right. Let me have water for the Leo natives. I will be taking the predictions just in a while. Okay. All right. For Leo natives, as far as Rahu is concerned, your 12th, 4th, 7th houses are getting impacted. And as far as Ketu's transit is concerned, it is going to be impacting your 1st, 10th, and 6th houses. Okay. So how is it going to be when we talk about Rahu? So Rahu is going to be impacting your trinal houses, that is Cancer and Scorpio, and also your 7th house. So when we talk about the 12th house energies, it means that you're going to be forming a very good connection with the foreigners, and you're going to be very trendy. You may be a trendsetter yourself, because it is going to be, the 12th house is also about some secret gains. For your personal gains, you might just get into that zone of taking another path. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're going to be really, breaking the rules or something, but you might just shift your perspective now. And if you change your perspective, everything is going to fall in place. Just that unconventional path you're opting for till now, you have to change it. A slight shift might help you. Okay. So be a trendsetter. Don't follow the primitive ways of working. Also, the 12th house is the house of foreign lands, foreign income, foreign journeys. So this might be a very useful time for planning everything towards that side, if at all you're thinking of going to the overseas land. Okay. Then it is also going to be impacting your 4th house, because it is your Scorpio sign there. So 4th house related activities, maybe you will be on the growth of your family. You will be connecting with your family, current trends. As I said, you will be a trendsetter. You might be renovating and redoing your place in such a beautiful way, or trendy way. Everything will be so modern, remote controlled. So you're going to be really, working on your home front really well. And with your family members also, your chemistry and bonding is definitely going to change. You are going to be buying a place for yourself, a vehicle. Maybe you're going to be traveling also, leaving your own country and going, because Rahu is in the 8th house and is also impacting your 4th and 12th. So there can be overseas journeys also involved, or maybe you're going to be getting settled abroad if it is there in your personal chart also, depends. Rahu is also going to be impacting your 7th house from the reverse, because it is going to be moving backwards, and it is going to be impacting your Aquarius sign there. So now you will try to gain an edge over enemies through your diplomacy. Okay. The diplomatic approach is going to help you. There can be that you get benefits from the opposite side, opposite gender, socializing, maybe with the circle you move around in. They might just help you right now. You will get that kind of support that you're waiting for. Saturn is also there, no, in your 7th house. So you will definitely be following a very strict discipline. The Saturn wants you to be a strict disciplinarian, as you know. So this would be the time when you will actually be very much cooperative. You will be very concerned about your partner, and you will definitely have a good bonding. And with the people around you, the social life, the social circle is now going to be improving. You will be getting more socialized. Now you will be in that zone where you're going to be communicating with people. Okay. And also, this will definitely give you and your partner a chance to modify or think about the relationship again. Maybe you're splitting and now you're going to be rethinking about it seriously, whether you want to just be in this job, in this relationship or not. Okay. So that's what this Rahu energy is going to be helping you with, because it is going to be a helpful one. But Rahu transiting through the 8th house does have his own negatives, which I have mentioned in my first part. Please take it with a pinch of salt, because there are other things which it is going to complement. It is an expansive energy. It is going to help you simultaneously. That is why I always say wait for all the paths to come, because just by considering one aspect that is in the 8th house is not over. It is going to be looking at your 12th house. It's going to be looking at your 4th and 7th houses also. So these affairs, it is going to help Rahu's drishti. If you're taking exaltation and debilitation and own sign placement of Rahu Ketu aspects, we have to consider. We have to consider the trinal thing, because they are the same elements, okay? Which I've mentioned in the beginning part. I'll be mentioning in the description as well. Now for Ketu, it's 1st, 10th and 6th houses which are getting impacted. So 1st house would give you some kind of change now, detaching energies. Maybe you're too much into work or too much in overburdened, or you're having a lot of spiritual inclinations also. You are going to be experiencing some kind of isolation, because you're in that meditative zone most of the time. You want to just work on yourself, okay? Or maybe you're leaving the country and going away, so you're going to be isolating yourself there. Also, the 10th house energy. It is going to be actually, changing the chemistry and bonding with the people at the workplace now. The reputation and the honor that you have been waiting for, you might not get that kind of elevation. So you might just feel a little uneasy. Ketu is detaching energy, remember. But when you work unconditionally, when you give unconditionally, Ketu really helps. Okay. Ketu is a very spiritual planet, because he doesn't have a head. So he always looks up. That's why the moksha karaka. He's the moksha karaka for that reason, because he always looks up. So when it is the 10th house energy, which is getting impacted, you will be working against the tide, like you'll be swimming against the tide, because you really want that kind of growth. So you are just, you're stuck up in that storm. Now you want to just come out of it. So you will put all the effort, right? So when we are sinking, we want to put the best of our efforts to come out, right? So here, you might have some kind of disability or compromising situation that you'll be experiencing even more related to the current affairs at the workplace, current trends at the workplace. You might be very primitive. People will just not accept your way of working. So just work on yourself. Just work on your way of working. You have to maybe shift a bit, you have to change a bit. Uh, just, just see what the others are doing. Maybe, you can take their help. You can understand how they're working. So this might help you also. Okay. Just don't think that, it's just that you have to, be rigid. Okay. Be a little more flexible and you will get that support now. Okay. And also, sixth house energies are going to get active here. Sixth house is about your physical ailment. So you have to, from time and again, take care of your health, because sixth house is also about your physical ailments and your lack of concern about your own body. You're just getting detached from the world. So you feel that why I should look after myself? What am I doing here? What is it that I should be, doing it for? So you have that kind of pain, So you have to come out of it yourself and look after yourself. There are certain positive things also happening. Look at that. Look at the people who are suffering. So you will find that you're really better off. So that will make you feel better and look after your body. Look after your physical body. Okay. Also, you cannot cooperate with the colleagues and bosses, and maybe your bosses will get upset with you because of this Ketu's aspect at your sixth house zone. So that's what I said. If you don't change your perspective, if you're not in that zone where you learn and you be the trendy one and leave the primitive approach, people will get annoyed. People will get annoyed. So that's something you have to really work on. Okay. There can be that your house help, your servants, your colleagues, they might deceive you also. Okay. There can be a theft. So you have to be always on the alert, or keep your belongings under check, expensive items under check, your jewelry, etc. So you have to be very cautious about that. And they can be that you have to feed the dogs or the animals often to get away from the bites from them. There can be a dog bite or some insect bite or bug bite. So you have to be careful about that. So you should donate, because it's looking at your sixth house zone. So if you donate, you will definitely feel better. That will minimize. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this Rahu and Ketu, one by one, I'll tell you, Rahu is going to be impacting your 11th, 3rd, and 6th houses. Okay, just period. Think about that. How is it going to do all that I've mentioned in the summary part? So it's going to be impacting 11th, 3, and 6 houses of yours. Ketu is going to be impacting your 12th, 9th, and 5th house of yours. Okay. So as far as Rahu's energy is concerned, which is impacting your 11th house energy. So this will be like, you will be a very trendy, on the trendy zone. Some new opportunities will be coming your way. Maybe your friend circle is going to be really helpful. You're going to be innovative. Some new innovations coming through if you are working on something already. So you will have that breakthrough. Also establishing new friendships, groups, organizations, that will be like an easy go for you. You will be getting too much involved in the, in those realms, in those areas. And you will also get involved in acquiring more knowledge about the other people's culture, the cultural values other people are involved in. You will display a lot of generosity towards your brothers, your siblings, your friends. You'll be helpful. Okay, it's an expansive energy after all. And this will also bring about some friends who might backstab you also, because it's the Rahu energy. Definitely it is important that you keep a constant check what kind of friends you are mixing with. This might bring about that kind of issue also there. Okay. Now, it is going to be impacting your third house of affairs also. So maybe you're going to be traveling extensively now. Okay. You are going to be communicating your mindset, your intellect. You are going to be very much in that zone of making new concepts, new ideas work. So this is the time when you should actually have some people around you who actually help you grow, that push that is required. So maybe don't have that, don't have those conspirators around you. Rather make friends, okay, the genuine friends, so that you cannot be deceived. Instead, you get that helping hand from others, okay? And there will be gains from siblings, cousins, neighbors. You will have interest in spiritual and education matters as well. This is going to be a very different kind of affairs that you'll be involved in. Maybe you will sell off your property at a good price. You will get a good amount of money, okay? Then the sixth house energy is also getting impacted because it's your Aquarius sign there. So it will give you good health. You'll be working on yourself, how you have to improve on your diet, sports, some physical activity is going to increase. If at all you have been gaining weight, now you're going to be feeling a little better there, okay? And this is also about your, superiors and colleagues. They are going to be really helpful to you if you really are not surrounded by negative energies and negative people around you. So you have to have that kind of chemistry and bonding. So work on that, and then you will get all sorts of support that you have been waiting for. But health is on the top priority. Superiors and colleagues will extend support, and there is a possibility of promotion also. You will adopt modern techniques of working. Now your perspective is definitely going to change towards modernizing things, okay? Now we come to the Ketu energy. Ketu is going to be for Virgo in the impacting the 12th, 9th, and 5th houses. So when we talk about the 12th house, you might just be in the isolation. You might just seclude yourself, maybe towards better. You want to just, work on the spiritual realms. You want to grow. You want to work on your, mental tensions. You want to just, understand what is it that you're going through. So you're going to be spending more time in isolation. There can be that you are having a lot of hair fall also during this time. So just, there's a Leo sign in your 12th house. So be careful about that. And in your natal chart, also see what is the condition of Ketu. If it is not that great, then this transit might bring about a lot of mental anxiety also to you. So just be careful about that. Might. Why might? Because I'm talking about your personal chart. It will happen. It's a general statement, but might happen is a personalized chart reading. Now, Ketu is also going to be impacting your 9th house energies and then the 5th house energies. So 9th house energies means that you will be cautious and conservative while following current trends. You're going to be very primitive. So you have to change. You have to change your perspective. You have to modernize your thought process. You have to be with the pace, no? So to cope up with that, you have to be changing your mindset. You have to change your perspective now. How you can otherwise catch up with others, okay? Only those parts of foreign culture which blends with your traditions will be selected by you, which is just confining yourself and isolating yourself again. Don't confine yourself to that extent that you don't get mixed up with the current culture, okay? So that might be bringing about some negatives around. So you can obviously change yourself towards better and cope up. So things will definitely be in your favor. While traveling overseas, it might bring about some troubles there. So maybe there can be a theft or there can be a complication in your visa, etc. So you have to plan everything really well and be alert all the time. Okay. Also, Ketu is going to be impacting your 5th house. Okay. Now, 5th house is the house of children. So you have to have a good bonding with your children. There can be that you are very primitive and they're very modern, and the clashes are there. Mental barriers are there. So resolving a particular issue, it might bring about some extra problem, it might just be a problematic way of dealing with the problems. You're not coming to the conclusion and just arguing on the things. Oh, I will do it this way, I should do it that way. So that kind of an energy can also trigger. Okay. And it is fifth house. It's not that great for childbearing, or maybe conception or progeny. So you have to be, depending on your personal chart, of course. Intensity will vary, for everyone. If you're in the Dasha of Mars, Ketu Mars, it is a precarious, it's a difficult Dasha, Antardasha. And if you are having a Ketu which is impacting in the personal chart also, your fifth house is posited there, looking there, 11th house Ketu. So this might bring about some issues here, in conception and in childbirth also. So be prepared. It's just a forewarning thing. God is the biggest. We are mere puppets. Whatever we say, it's not that it's going to happen. No way. It will, whatever will happen by his own will, his will only. Okay, so depend on him, everything will fall in place. Remember, he's the biggest. Okay. And also, you might be very busy also, or maybe you will pretend to be very busy during this time. Okay. So children, you have to have a good bonding with them. They might just be having a lot of anxiety during this time, or maybe they will be disobedient. They will not understand you well. So you have to put little extra effort there. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Okay. So for Libra natives, Rahu is going to be impacting your 10th, 2nd, and 5th houses. And Ketu is going to be impacting your 11th, 8th, and 3rd house. 4th houses, in fact. Sorry, 4th house. Okay. So when we talk about it, is going to be impacting your 10th house energy. So 10th house, because Rahu is looking from there in the same element, Rahu is in the 10th house going to be giving you a lot of honors, achievements. It is going to be giving you a position which you have been waiting for. It is an elevation time, remember, because 10th house is honor and prestige, and Rahu, whenever impacts the 10th house, it is definitely going to be a win-win situation. But the hard work is the key also. I must add that point, because you have done the hard work now, and the kind of hard work you have done, this is the paying off time. Actually, you will now reap the results that you have already sown. So this is definitely going to be a very, very positive time for you. Growth in politics, business, any kind of business proposal, some new projects coming through, all that is going to get triggered. And also, you will be now changing your mindset. You're going to be adopting new and fresh techniques suddenly. The modern techniques, the primitive techniques, you will now leave them and put them in the trash. And now you're going to be changing and doing things in a very, very positive manner, in a very trendy manner. You will be the trendsetter, maybe. You never know. Okay. It is also going to be impacting this Rahu energy is going to be impacting your 2nd house and 5th house also. So 2nd house means a little bit of complication in the dealing with the money matters. Actually, it might be that there are a lot of expenditures happening, unnecessary expenditures. You might just buy items which you will not use, also dump them. So you have to be cautious. Just be alert. Whenever you are spending too much, I think the best way to avoid buying things is impulsive buying is do the window shopping. Put everything in the cart. If you're doing an online shopping, put everything in the cart, sleep over, wait for one night. In the morning, when you get up, then see what all you have to really order. You will see that out of 5 items, 4 items will be deleted. I can assure you, you will not require those. So the best thing is that you delete that and put it in the cart, but don't just do it then and there. Don't place the order then and there. So that will be also saving okay, this thing. And also, there is a possibility that you will get benefits through legacy and gifts and heredity. some inheritance coming through also. You have to be cautious about your expenditure part. It is going to be impacting the 5th house also, because in reverse, it impacts the 5th house energies. 5th house is the house of romance, house of children, house of creativity, house of entertainment. Now that is going to increase. Saturn is there, so Saturn will restrict you, or maybe it will restrict you to go beyond certain limits. Okay. Sorry, I'm not doing any readings right now. Please don't send your birth details, etc. And don't send me money also, please. I'm not doing any live readings right now. It's just a live session. I'm just taking up the predictions based on Rahu Ketu's transit only. And this is the 4th part which I'm covering. I must tell you. Sorry, Libra people, you must have got irritated that why I'm, talking like this, because I'm getting so many messages of one person again and again. Also, this is going to be impacting your 5th house, as I said. So you have to be very, the children play a very important role. Maybe you will be the trendy one, your thought process changes and you will get a very nice chemistry and bonding with your children. And there can be that romance, love, sexual activities, they increase. You might be visiting a cinema, in a very, unlikely manner, which is something which you have not done, you will do now for entertaining. Maybe you will start playing that violin that you have kept it on the side. You will start playing your Casio, the piano that you have not played from a long time. Something very unique you will start doing. Some new artistic bent of mind will, some hobby you will take up, which you have not even done, or maybe you're from ages. Now you will take it up. Any sports activity also you can take up. And you will now clear the clutter around you. The environment will get very beautiful. So all that is the result of good Rahu. If you declutter your environment, the energy starts flowing, because Rahu is stagnant energy, smoke, dirt, smelly. So once there's ventilation, flow of energy, this Rahu starts giving good results, because it's moving. No, it wants expansion, not stagnancy. Okay, so give it to this Rahu what he wants. So this is what this Rahu is going to give you. Now coming to the Ketu energy. Ketu is going to be giving the result of your 11th, 8th, and 4th houses. 11th house is useless associations. You will come out of that zone. You don't need unnecessary friends. You have come to know that this person I don't want in my life. So now you will sieve away, or you will just, come out of that useless affairs right now. There will be too much of workload, too many responsibilities to deal with. So be prepared for that also. If you really want those accolades, the work is increasing, you're going to be getting the promotion you're waiting for, you're going to be getting that job you're waiting for. So remember, it comes with a lot of responsibility. So now with the responsibility comes a lot of work also. So you have to be prepared for that. Okay, a lot of responsibility and a lot of time you have to give. You have to be serious now about your work and profile. There can be that there is a lot of deception or adverse public reaction. And there can be that you are not opting for the trendy approach. So that's why when Rahu is impacting your 10th house, it means that you have to opt for the trendy approach, not the primitive one. Okay, so that you can just come out of that confinement zone. So you understand everything is dealt with very well. So you are now going to be changing that trend. You're going to be the trendsetter, actually. Okay, be that. Okay, then it is going to be impacting your 4th house. Okay, 4th house is isolation from the home front. It might be that you have some disagreement with your family members, mother's health suffers, you are not able to go to your own people, visit them, or you're away from your family. You're going for higher studies and leaving your country and living away in that isolation zone. Ketu is already in your 12th house. It means that you're isolated. You're going to be growing spiritually. You'll be learning some occult subjects, occult sciences. Somebody is in the hospital, you're going to be looking after that person, your uncle, your aunt, somebody. You're going to be taking care. You're a carer now. You're going to be spending more time with your family members, but in some hospital or prison or somewhere where you are not having that regular kind of atmosphere, something very different. Okay. And don't go in for the selling and purchasing of property. This is not the time. You will not get it at a good price, or you will not be able to sell it at a good price. Don't buy a vehicle. Any kind of ideas that you're getting, you should write them down. Whatever you're getting, you should write them down. This is also a good time to work on your finances. You will be now thinking about the growth prospects, how you can just, be more involved in that. Also understand people will misunderstand you right now. So that's something that you have to take care of. Okay. Just take care that you don't have to please anybody, or you don't have to impress anybody. You cannot make the whole world happy. So keep yourself happy. Everything will be fine. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. For Scorpio natives, Rahu is going to be impacting your ninth first, ninth, fourth, or ninth, first, fourth, whatever you can say it, because I'm just doing the aspects part. So it's going to be impacting your ninth, first, and fourth, and Ketu is going to be impacting your 10th, 7th, and 3rd. So when we talk about Rahu, it is going to be firstly impacting your first house. See, first house Rahu will give you honors, will give you honor, wealth, reputation, growth. You will be actually, a trendsetter. Now you're going to be thinking out of the box. You're really going to be becoming too much involved in the current affairs. What is the approach to grow? The newness, that, trendy, the prevailing trends. You'll be following all of that. This is something that can make you a little self-centric also, but that could be another aspect to that, could be that you're going to be really working on yourself a lot, and you're having a lot of time spending that lone time to yourself, because you're doing something very important. When you work on yourself, what happens? You are putting a lot of effort to grow. So to grow, it doesn't happen overnight. So you have to put long hours and a lot of time. It said that if you invest 10,000 hours in a particular subject or particular area, you master it. You do master it, actually. So try putting that kind of effort, wherein you are growing. So that is the reason you might become self-centric, or maybe isolate yourself. Self-centric doesn't mean that, it is not not in a negative sense. You're helpful, but you can be self-centric at the same time, that no, I have to do this. I have to be the one. I can just be the example for others. So you might become like that. Okay. And it is also going to be impacting your ninth house. Okay. So the ninth house Rahu will make you get involved with other people's culture. Some activities which are involved in education, social norms, current social affairs, cultural activities. Maybe you will become very much involved in foreign affairs even more, travels, or, what exactly is the trend today. You are going to be following that path, even if it is spiritual angle, because it's the ninth house, no? It's a religious, spiritual angle attached to it. So but you are going to be actually in that pursuit to achieve that spirituality now, achieve that, that the glimpse of the present day world. What you want to see, that how is this world right now? So all of that, you have to be aware of. So to be aware of, you have to travel. That's why ninth house is the house of travel. If you want to upskill yourself, you have to get connected with the world, no? With that particular zone where you want to excel. So this is the time when you will have interest in foreign art forms, cultures, languages, making friends out of your culture. So this is going to be really a very beautiful time to do that. And you can also see some future events. The dreams will be very important. They will play a very important role. Okay. So this is a very good time for doing all those activities. It's going to be impacting your fourth house energies also. Fourth house is your family. It's about your family values. And you might put a lot of energy to make your family grow, to connect with your family, the bonding, that sync with the current affairs of the society. Maybe you will renovate your place and you will use the best of the technology, the latest version of everything, remote controlled. Everything is going to be a very, trendy. So this is something which is really going to bring about a lot of happiness also, bonding also with your family members, right? So this is a very good time to purchase property, vehicles, and connecting with your own people. So this is something which is this Rahu energy going to fetch you. And the readings definitely modify depending on your personal charts. Remember, what kind of energies are flowing in your chart, you only know. So these are what I can put my best effort in and I can share with you. Now coming to the Ketu's energies. What is Ketu giving you, Scorpio? That is 10, 7, and 3. So this is going to be the 10th house, 7th house, and 3rd house energies. So this is a little difficult time for reaching that position that you were expecting. It might just be a little delayed and a little bit of frustrated period for that. You have been really working long hours. You have been putting a lot of effort. It's not necessary that everybody gets it, right? Everybody expects that we should, but it's not that everybody gets what they worked for. At times it is a delayed thing. So for you, it is a little delayed process, but surely this is going to be giving you some change that you have to, you will either make yourself or somebody else will, because you are following a very primitive path. Now you might have to change. You have to just, if at all you are in that zone where you have not changed or modified yourself, so this might just be the phase when you have to be coping up or catching up with the current trends. Don't have that similar approach that, you know what, you're just doing a mundane thing, routine jobs, but you're not getting that result. Now you have to break, you have to split, you have to change, isn't it? So you have to work on yourself now if you really want that growth coming through. Okay. And also, this will bring about a lot of responsibilities you don't feel like doing. Maybe, there's a department change and you didn't expect. And now you have to do a job of 2 people, which you won't like. Okay. So just work on that. Okay, I have to make peace with this. Then my time will also change. Okay. That's the best thing you can maneuver your mindset with. Then it is going to be impacting your 7th house energies, right? 7th house means that you're going to be very, very cautious about your relationship, not just with your partner, not with your spouse, but overall relationship. Now your focus is going to be how you can improvise, how you can amend yourself to get that kind of chemistry and bonding with the people around you. They can be that you're having a lot of competition. There's a lot of enemies that you have to deal with. And there is always an obstacle that you are having in your path. You'll be getting that. So you be prepared for that. But at the end of the day, the grace is there. The divine grace is there, and you will come out of that. For sure. You will be defeating them. You will rise and you will shine. Okay. And there can be that, your partner will be criticizing you. Your partner, your business partner, your life partner, you have to be prepared for that also. Also, this is going to be impacting your 3rd house energies. Third house is about a lot of mental pain, you know, mental agony. There can be some anxieties and troubles because of the neighbors, because of your friend circle you move around in, or because of the siblings. Okay. Somebody you did not expect that this is going to be there. That'll happen. You were depending on your own people, for that support, but you'll not get that. So that might just be a heart aching thing, So you just be prepared for all of this. And due to your own conservative approach, people might just move away from you. There can be a lot of misunderstanding because of that. So you have to really modify yourself, your approach. It is really essential that you follow that now path where you follow the latest trends, not the conservative attitude, conservative approach to deal with the situations. Okay. Now, the third house energy also indicates that you have to work on your intellectual abilities also. While traveling, you have to be cautious. You also have to be very careful if you are applying for some visa, PR, etc. also. It might just get rejected or some complication can come up. So you have to be careful about that. Keep all the papers intact. Check, recheck, recheck. Okay. Writing capabilities and creativity might just take a back seat. So the best thing is that to get this Ketu working, you must get more creative. Be the poetic you. Write something which is very, very creative. So this will give you a very good, this is a remedy for sure. When a particular house is getting impacted with the negative things, if you do the opposite, it definitely gets better. Okay. So the Ketu energy is trying to deplete these areas. Your communication is turning into miscommunication. So you have to work on that. That when you take a pause, when you are conveying something, take a pause and then say, isn't it? That will help you. So you have to just see what ideas you're getting, how you can implement them. Are they too primitive? People are going to accept them or not? Take the help of your co-workers. Talk to them first. Share with them what is it that you're going through and what you have done. So maybe their opinion will matter and they will change it, right? Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. All right. All right, for Sagittarius natives, Rahu is going to be impacting your 8th, 12th, and 3rd houses. And Ketu is going to be impacting your 9th, 6th, and 2nd houses. So this Rahu energy is going to be helping you with many things now. You are going to be getting in the zone where you're going to be too much into secret activities. You're isolating yourself for a lot of workload that you have to finish. There can be that you're opting for some occult sciences also. Maybe if you are into astrology, Reiki, or any kind of activity, tarot, numerology, palmistry, graphology, whatever. So you are going to be enhancing all those zones. Maybe you are going to be in that isolation to learn everything. When you isolate yourself, it doesn't mean that you're just, under depression or something, or you're in the prison or the hospital. No, it's about isolating yourself to uplift yourself. It's that kind of an energy now. So you will be uplifting yourself. And this can also be that you're going to be going overseas now. You're going to be shifting out from your country to another country. You might be having an association or your delegates from the overseas even more. Or maybe there is something which is coming from the overseas lands, some income from the overseas lands now. Okay. So that is something which this Rahu energy in the 12th house will be giving. Also, it is going to be impacting your 8th house energy. 8th house and 3rd house also. 8th house is about gains from the corporate and joint ventures. It is about disputes over legacies, inheritance, etc. is going to get settled now. If at all you have been experiencing some kind of health issues, now you're going to be getting that relief. You will get that kind of treatment you have been waiting for. And if you are an astrologer yourself or you are seeking help, so this will activate that also. You might seek advice from an astrologer of your choice. And maybe if you're an astrologer, just take care when you're conveying or when you're advising people. That's the astrologer's job, that he has to or she has to be very careful during this time. Okay. Also, it is going to be impacting your third house energy. So this is like, bringing about too much of travels, communication. You're going to be very, very innovative and trendy now. That primitive approach is now turning into the trendy you. You're going to be getting and experiencing a lot of positivity because you're going to be having too much of trendy approach. You're just coping up and catching up with the latest trend. Everything. It could be that you're learning something, you're acquiring knowledge, your entertainment, or anything to do with your work also. Now your approach is towards different zone. Now you're thinking about different kind of working or resolving the issues. Now you're thinking out of the box, so it's good. It's definitely very positive for you. Okay. And third house is also about social activity. It's going to increase. It's going to be giving you interest in spiritual and educational matters. And this is also going to enhance your relationship with your siblings. You're going to resolve many things with them also. With your siblings, friends, neighbors, you're going to get a little relieved there. Okay. Ketu is going to be impacting your 9th house, 6th house, and 2nd house. So 9th house means that it is going to be giving you some current trends. You're going to be working on the 9th house will give you too much of conservativeness, which has to be turned into the modern approach of resolving the issues. It might just bring about some foreign connections, but foreign traditions, but you are not able to adjust. You're going to the foreign land, but you are too primitive from inside. So that approach you have to change, because the Rahu energy is also working in the horoscope. So with this, you will definitely be getting some positive results only if you change your mindset. Okay. Traveling to the foreign lands might bring about some troubles also. Maybe there's a theft, there is problem in the visa, etc. So be careful. Your luggage only gets lost sometime during this transit then. So be prepared, be alert. Something which is not in your hand, you can't help it, right? But whatever is in your hand, you can definitely work on that. Also, it is going to be impacting your 6th house energy. So you have to take care of your health. Some dreams that you will be getting often, which might just help you with the mindset that you're, with the way of working. Maybe you will get that light. Okay, I have to do this. I have to move in that direction. So that clarity, maybe some dreams will give you now. So pay attention to the dream. Maybe, you should actually, if you can't remember, then it's a different story altogether. But pay attention. When you lie down and you sleep, before going off to sleep, just say that, whatever dreams I get, I should remember. And it happens because you're paying attention to the dreams also even more. And this is going to be giving you the result of the 6th house might bring about some health issues, as I said, problems with the co-workers, with the bosses also. They might just get upset with you because you're not changing, you're just following the primitive path. So you have to change. And this can also bring about some change at the workplace. Suddenly you'll be asked to go to that department which you really don't want to or don't like. Then it will be a little difficult for you. You'll feel quite irritated because of all of that. Okay. And this is also the time of, taking care of your physical body. You have to eat right, sleep on time, and also, feed the animals, because you will be saved from those bites, from dog bite, insect bite, bug bite. So you have to be really, really taking care of the especially four-legged animals. Take care of your belongings, because one of your house helps might just, steal something really expensive. So be careful about that also. Okay. So it is going to be giving the result of the second house also. Now, second house is financial losses when Ketu is looking there. So this might bring about some maybe financial penalties, tax burdens that you have to offload yourself with, or it's a big delay that you forgot and you could not file your return or something like that. So all of that you have to be prepared for and be cautious also at the same time. And you may receive some gifts or legacy also. And to increase your possession, you will tend to buy unnecessary items. Consumerism is going to increase. You have to take care of that. So you're earning well, but you are spending all of it. So what's the point? You have to enhance your spendings. So I always say that whenever you're buying something, go for the window shopping first, even if it's online or that. You have to go for window shopping. See what you want. Put it in the cart. If it's an online thing, put it in the cart. Don't buy. Don't be an impulsive buyer. Wait. Sleep overnight and see in the next morning. You will get to know that, no, I don't need this. Out of 5 items, 4 items will be deleted. For sure. So do that rather than just being an impulsive buyer yourself. Okay. So coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. I'll just have water break. All right. For Capricorn natives, 7, 11, 2nd, these houses are going to be impacted by Rahu. And impacted why? Because it's just in the trine, okay, and the reverse, the back one, and the previous sign. And Ketu is going to be impacting 8th, 5th, and 1st houses. All right. So when we talk about Rahu, Rahu is going to be giving the result of the 7th house. So now is the time when you will be working on your relationships even more. You're going to be having a lot of concern about the relationship, or you will try to actually, gain an edge over the enemies also, over the partners, over the relationship part. The relationship quotient, is going to improve, because now is the time when you're going to be very cooperative, you're going to be understanding, you're going to be putting effort also there. You don't want to just break from the relationship suddenly, You want to now put effort. If you're solo, you might just get somebody in your life, entering your life. You might just get married. And there can be that you're going to be having some support from the opposite gender also. Could be. Or your, somebody who's who's going to be helpful. You will be getting that kind of support from someone, And it is also going to be impacting your 11th house, right? Yeah. So 11th house is about friends. Okay. It's about establishing new relationships, new friendships, new groups, new organizations. You are the trendsetter now. If you were in that zone where you were innovative, you were doing something, already, some thesis, research, something you were doing, and you were waiting for that, breakthrough. Now you're going to be getting that breakthrough also, because of your own hard work, of course. Now is the time when you will be getting that kind of support from your own people in the group and the society. Your knowledge will be obviously going to be enhanced. You will be learning something very different than what your culture says. Different language. Maybe you are going to be traveling to another place where your way of talking, eating, sleeping, etc., doing anything is very different. You're wearing clothes. It's a very different culture. So maybe you will be meeting those kinds of people even more during this time. Okay. And you will display generosity and brotherhood to your own people. If at all you have an afflicted Rahu in your chart, see for yourself. It's in those sthanas where it is not happy, or it's with Saturn, Mars, etc. Even Sun, Moon. So this might bring about a relationship with people for your ulterior motives. So see for yourself, what is exactly is your Rahu? How is it going to be giving you the results? So here it is definitely going to be giving you results of helpful you, not the diplomatic you. Okay, if it is definitely giving you good results, then Rahu is going to be also giving the result of the second house energies. Second house is about wasting of money. You'll earn a lot, but you'll waste a lot because Saturn is there, so it might restrict you. You will unnecessarily be increasing your possessions, which you really don't need. So keep a constant check. Don't go overboard in your money matters. It is not right. You will be getting the benefit from through legacy, gifts, heredity, and you might connect with your family in a very different way. You might just get connected with the people that you actually are very attached to. But you are definitely going to be very, very outgoing now. Outgoing, and you want to just make money out of money. So this is the time when you will experience a lot of growth, thinking out of the box, and changing the trends also. You're the trendsetter now. So it's good. Okay. You will be definitely a very helpful one. So don't worry about the people who are bickering, who are just pulling you down. This is the time when they will do it. Don't fall prey to it. Okay. And surely some family member, you can have some health issues. That family member can have some health issues also. So you have to take care of that. Ketu is going to be impacting for Capricorn, 8th, 5th, and 1st houses. So to start with, the 8th house energy is about joint finances, taxes, accounts, records, corporate funds. So you need to take extra care in those areas because there's a Leo sign there as well, authorities. So you have to take care of your belongings. You have to take care of your finances. If you're dealing with someone else, you're in the partnership relationship, then also you have to be taking care. Keep a record of whatever has been invested because it can be in the future, it can bring about some complications here and there. So you don't want that, I'm sure. Okay. So this is going to be the 8th house energy. It's good for the people who are into occult sciences or they are doing some research-oriented job. So it's good for them. 5th house energy is about your, sticking on to the traditional values, even in romance, sexual affairs, social activities. You're going to be very conservative. Now is the time to change it, no? So break that. Whatever is the regular thing that you're doing, the mundane thing, you have to break it. Maybe the partner doesn't like it, or the children, as a matter of fact, 5th house. Children might not accept whatever you do and whatever you say. They don't like it. There is a lot of gap. You have to bridge that gap. You have to fill that gap. Spend more time with your children. Spend more time with your partner. And be more romantic. Maybe the partner wants you to be more romantic. You're not. Okay. And this is not the right time if you have a Mars Dasha, if you are in a Mars Dasha, or you're having a Mars in the 5th house also, again, not a good time for the children, especially, you have to see other combinations also for the childbirth, etc. That's why I keep saying that don't make decisions based on these general predictions. Book a reading for yourself. The personalized chart will be read and we'll share. So here what is happening in the 5th house affairs, this will give you complications in the childbirth. So be careful about that. Okay. Everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. But still, it is going to be a little difficult phase here. Also, in the 1st house, you will have a lot of ideas coming through now. Unless you change your perspective towards life, you learn more, acquire more knowledge, or be up to date, you will not get what you want. People will just keep on taking advantage out of you otherwise, and they will not just let you grow. So that is what this Ketu energy in the trine will do. You might become very spiritually inclined, not just superficially, but from the core, with your experience, what all has happened in the past, what is happening right now. It's all, like the Ketu energy is very, very predominant when you have these kind of questions. It's in the ninth house, house of spirituality, religion. So there will be something like, visiting the temples or church or any religious place, as a matter of fact, more. You will have that inclination more. Suddenly you will be attending those rituals, those pujas at home you will be conducting, So that is something which is this Ketu going to be bringing, and that too in the 9,000, looking at the fifth, the first one. Okay. So, yeah. So it's overall a good transit, I would say, for you, because it's as far as 7th, 11th, second house for Rahu, and 851, all the good houses, So good for finance also, if you work through it. Okay. Try saving money. Don't waste your money. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. All right. So for Aquarius natives, this Rahu is going to be impacting your 6th, 10th, and 1st house. Correct? Rahu is in the 2nd, right? So 6th and 1st and the 12th house. Got it. So Ketu is going to be impacting your 7th, 4th, and 12th houses. All right. So to start with, when Rahu is impacting your 6th house energy, so you must actually spend more time on your fitness. You really need to work on your body, your health even more. And you can become very sporty. You can be more, working on increasing your vitality now. You want to spend more time with your uncles and aunts. You might maybe they need your help. You should help them, of course. There's a possibility of promotion in the job. Now is the time when you will be, like not bothering. You'll not be bothered about what the other person is doing, what the coworker is doing, how to, beat that in competition. Maybe, it's not just your shift of energies in the mental side, on the mental plane, but it is about your parting ways from the negative energies also. So now you're, opening up to the world because of this transit. Okay. So this will definitely upgrade you as a person, especially. Okay. And you will spend, if you are not in a rush, you will really come up with, the slow, the better, for you. Okay. And it is also about Ketu, sorry, we were at Rahu, right? Rahu in the, I keep in the flow, I keep forgetting. And Rahu is going to be impacting your 1st house energies also, right? Rahu is going to be impacting your 1st house energies. You will get honor, wealth. You will be actually, up to date. You will be like looking at yourself, changing your hairstyle. You'll be, totally working on your outer personality. And that will modify your inner personality any which ways. It's directly proportional, right? So you will definitely be a trendsetter. Now, maybe in your university, in your school, you will do something and people will be like clapping. So that's something. You will get benefits to religion, education, and scientific affairs. So that's positive, right? And popularity will increase as you blend well with the social circles now. Power will be added to your personality and self-expression. You will feel more confident. And this is the time you should make the best use of also. Okay. 1st house has changed you now. Okay. And 10th house has changed your outlook at the workplace. 6th house has changed your personality altogether as far as your health is concerned, your vitality is concerned. You're concerned about that. You're not just looking at things which are just superficial, Now you're taking good care of yourself. 7, 4, 12 for the Ketu energy. Okay. 7, 4, and 12. So for 12 house getting impacted as far as Ketu is impacting. So Ketu detaches you. So maybe you're leaving your country and going to the overseas land for work or for a job, whatever. You're just switching. Okay, you're just in that mode of changing. All right, because it's the 12th house. So you might just be in that isolation. Leaving your country and going is also an isolation because you're going away from your comfort zone and your house. Okay. There can be that some enemies or rivals might just erupt and they might just pull you down, etc. Don't get bogged down. It's just a passing phase. It'll pass for sure. Okay. And you have to take care of your health, as I said. So do take care of your health from time to time. And it could just bring about premature hair graying also, because you're too much under stress. So you have to be careful about all of that. If you don't take care of yourself, you don't look good, then also it's not giving you that confidence, right? That confidence, morale gets really suffers. So pay attention to your looks also, and to your planetary positions also in your, in your horoscope. So then it is about 12th house, 7th house, 4th house. See, 4th house is the house of family, about your relationship with your family members. It might just be the time when you have to leave your place and go to another place. Depends when in these 18 months it happens, but change is inevitable. Something is coming your way. Even if you're living from a long, long time at a particular place, you might have to change. Okay. There can be real estate related disputes. There can be complication while, performing. So this might just bring about some issues to deal with even more. Okay. And 4th house is also house of mother. So your mother's health might suffer. So just be careful of if she's having a little bit of issue, you must take her to the hospital, because Rahu is also there in the 2nd. So it might just give too much of expenses also. And this is about 12th house, 4th house. Okay, 4th house is also about your esteem, your credibility. That might just suffer. If Rahu is giving you that elevation, it's just that the trinal energy of Ketu might pull you down. So just be careful. Whatever, whosoever is trying to pull you down, you should not get bogged down. And there is lots and lots coming your way. You're strong. Why you have to give in? Okay. So yeah. Aquarius is done. Aquarius is done. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. All right. So for Pisces natives, Rahu is going to be impacting your 5, 9, and 12 houses. Ketu is going to be impacting your 6, 3, and 11 houses. So when we talk about Rahu impacting your 5th house, means that you are going to be having very good relationship with your children. Suddenly you will find that, you have become very creative, you've become very pally with your children, they are understanding you, you're understanding them, because you've changed your outlook, you've changed your personality suddenly. You're not the usual you. No. You're just, coming out of that primitive and traditional approach that you have been opting over and over and over again, and things are not changing. You say, why everything is not changing? Nothing is changing, because I'm changing myself. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm putting so much of effort. Nothing is working. That's because you have not understood the difference between these two. Okay. Because it is your creativity. It is about your your sensibility, how sensitive you are, how sensible you are, and how you can deal with your children also. Romance and love will occupy your mind. Maybe there are certain things which are going to take place. Okay. Maybe your love relationship is going to go another step. So you might get married also. Okay. And 5th house is entertainment also. It will increase the sexual pleasures and sexual activities, interest in cinema, art, music, literature. That is all going to increase. Okay, which is definitely, positive for you with Rahu approach. And Rahu is also going to be looking at your 11th, Rahu is going to be looking at your 12th house. So 12th house is overseas connections, employment through secret methods, or maybe some kind of personal gains that is possible as well. Okay. And it is going to be giving you the 9th house result also is positive, no? Of Rahu. You will try to relate with the current trends, actually. If you want to just, innovate something, do something different. So this might bring about that inspiration to you. That might just bring about that plan that you have to make related to education, philosophy, etc. Okay, some extensive travel is coming your way. You are not fond of, so you can't help it, but it is going to coming through. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams. Whenever you're getting any dreams, just pay attention. Also, Ketu is going to be impacting our 6th, 3rd, Pisces, 6th, 3rd, and 11 houses. So Ketu over your 6th house means that you have to take extra care of your health. Okay. You might have some physical ailments that you have not treated well in the past. You cannot cooperate with colleagues, and the bosses will get very mad, very upset with you. So you have to keep yourself awake, constant check, take a pause when you are conveying something to your co-workers. It might just backfire. Okay, so take care. That's the energy of the 6th house zone. And this is also going to be bringing about too much of workload, too much of details that you really require. And this can also bring about some complication in the with the servants. So take care of that. Okay. Ketu is going to be giving the result of the 6th house and the 3rd house. 3rd house will give you some kind of issues that you have to deal with yourself, with your brother, with your neighbors. And this might be the time when you will feel quite, it is difficult for you to get the visa, PR, etc., and the travel planning done. It might just not be the right time to do so, of course. Okay, because it is your 3rd house transit, third house aspect of Ketu. And Ketu is in the 7th house, so this might bring about some new partners also. Okay, relationship will definitely flourish. And 6th house, there is a lot of workload which is going to suddenly start. Your chemistry and bonding with your uncles and aunts might just suffer. So be careful about that also. This is about competitors also. Competition might increase. See, I'm just forewarning you. Take it in a stride. Okay. And if at all you feel nothing is matching, then maybe it's because of your Dasha, Antardasha, and your own chart also. But definitely this will match to some extent, at least it will match. This is also giving you the result of the 11th house. Okay. 11th house, Ketu is not considered to be good for relationships, for friendships also. This might bring about useless associations, or some useless associations will get actually discarded. You will not need toxic people around you. You don't need them. You will get to know that, no, this person is just trying to use me and all. So you will definitely get that clarity on those areas as well. Okay. And this is also about your new friendships, new relationships coming through as well. But they will be in a very different zone, in a very different level. Maybe, they are very much involved in, the innovation, some setting goals they have. So you're getting very excited and thrilled about those kind of people around you. But at the same time, you're not too involved in those friendships which bring losses and troubles to you also. So some new, old will break and new will come, okay, which is going to be quite positive. There can be that you have a lot of hair fall or unnecessary graying of hair also. So take care, do the remedies, and they are all in the beginning part that you should do. What all mantras you should do, 2 of Shiva, and also some chants related to Vishnu. Okay, all those are good chanting. You can always feel better by, you can come out of the issues that you are facing only by the help of, or the intervention of the divine, right? So yeah, this is it, I think, for all the 12 ascendants, moon signs, and the Dasha sign-wise predictions. I hope you all liked it. If you did, I would request you to subscribe my channel. Don't go without subscribing, liking, and sharing, please. And do wait for the next part, which is on the planets and Rahu Ketu interaction. It could be conjunction, it could be aspect, it could be triangle thing, or it could be that they are over these planets in the birth chart. So wait for that, coming very soon. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.